Hi Scorpions, this is Marishi, your match channel Philaka. I've already pulled out 5 cards to see what is the story which wanted to come through for this week. We've got the 9 of Wands in reverse as your first card. We've got the Princess of Swords, center of the reading as the Princess of Cups. And we had a jumper right after that, 3 of Swords. So, since it really wanted to come through, I just kept it out, okay? We've got the 9 of Cups, and the last card is an Alchemist in reverse. Behind the deck is an 8 of Cups. When I broke the deck, we can see the 7 of Cups. There is an element about you being fierce. You wanting to fight something. I also want to say it's not worth it, but yet you really want to. You really want to put up a fight. Okay. You're very much heartbroken. It's obvious. Okay. You're very much disappointed as well. You're willing to walk away. You're willing to walk away. Okay, with the 8 of Cups. Somehow you're off balance. The way you're thinking right now, due to the circumstances of your situation, you're a little off balance. You're losing your game, you're losing your shit. What is coming through is a phrase, is almost payback time. There is a vengeance about you right now. Even with the Princess of Swords up here, she has this fierceness about her. There is no looking back whatsoever. You don't want to go back into the past anymore. Okay? You're willing to walk away anyhow. But before that, you want to have the last laugh. Yeah, you want to have the last laugh. You're up to something. You're up to something. Before you actually walk away, before you close a chapter, you want to feel good about it. Yeah, it's almost like for your own sake, you're going to do it. And there is a lot of thought process which is going into it. It's almost like you're dreaming about it. This is how I want to end things. Wow. Okay, this is an interesting reading. What else? You're very in this calculated energy. Even with the Magician as your last card, you're cooking up things. Even when I said it's payback time, you're really up to something. Okay? It might be a situation, it might be a person who might have disappointed you. Before you walk out, you're going to make them pay for this. It's almost vengeance. You're up to. You're in a destructive mode. Scorpions, you got your stingers out because you've been hurt. It brings you satisfaction, okay? Just even being in this, I told you you're off balance right now. You're not normally like that, okay? You are the Princess of Cups, okay? The Cups energy, all about emotions. But then we have the Princess of Swords right next to her. There is a hurt which you're going through. Your heart is hurting pretty bad, okay? So you're shifting. You're shifting from the Cups energy to the Swords energy, who's willing to, bring out the sword. Yeah? You're willing to fight. You're willing to make them pay for it. Pay for what they've done to you. There is this energy about someone looking at the past, okay, And was it actually real? Was there, she's actually looking at her cup and looking at the contents of the cup and reminiscing. Okay, reminiscing, was it actually there? Was it full when we were together? Was there love in reality, or was I just fantasizing? Yeah, was I under some kind of an illusion while we were together? There is this reminiscing energy, looking back into the past, looking what you had. Was it genuine enough? Or was I under the impression that there was love? When she looks back, when she assesses what she had lived through, it is breaking her heart much more. It's hurting her further. That's why she's coming into this Princess of Swords, who's willing to stop thinking about the past emotionally, more like, yeah, there is a fierceness about you right now. There is a fierceness. It's almost a childlike energy, because when I look at the Magician as well, it's like, you know, this person is cooking up things and, you know, dreaming about it. This is what I'm going to do to this person. This is how I'm going to get back at this person. Just thinking about it brings you satisfaction. I don't know whom this is for. I don't think so. This is for everybody out there. It might be just for a few, maybe even one. Okay? Because this is a reading which wanted to come through. I don't know who needs to hear this. But very interesting. It brings you, there is a soul satisfaction in even being silly about it. It's not worth it, okay? Throughout the reading I'm going to tell you it's not worth it. But then, who am I to say when? This is the only way you can actually close a chapter. If you really need to walk away from this, like right now, you need to actually put it in the past. And if you need to put it in the past, you need to give it a good ending, that you can think back and laugh. Okay? Otherwise, you're going to sit and cry every time you have a thought about the past, what they did to you. It would be rather better thinking, this is what I did to them. This is how I made them pay back for what they did to me. That's a much more good ending. Yeah? A little evil, but who cares? Yeah? Because even with the Seven of Cups, it's all up in the clouds. You're not up, you know? It's just the dreams. This is what I'm going to do to them. It's almost out of reach. You're cooking it up. Okay? You haven't executed it yet. Or I don't know whether this is past energy or current energy. It just shows me you're just cooking it up. You're letting it simmer. So there is lots of options. There is lots of options there. You are pretty much out of balance, okay? It affects you. When people are hurt, it affects them. They completely think differently from their normal character. There will be a shift, and that's what I'm seeing with you. There is a shift in character. Fighting against the past. Okay? And you're shutting down. You're literally shutting down the past. Okay? You are willing. You have nothing to offer anymore. No. Okay? Because you're broken. You're broken there. You're not looking back into the past anymore. You're fighting the past. You want to push it, yeah, and lock the door. And that's it. You don't want to go back in there and again. a childlike energy about you. Emperor card. Yeah, it's almost like you're losing your shit. Yes, you are very much overwhelmed right now. That is why you feel yeah, you're losing your power. You're almost like a very mature person, like most of the time. But what happened to you is making you do things otherwise. Yeah? It's off character because you're off balance right now. Three of Cups. There's plenty of people involved in this story. That might be the reason why your heart is broken so badly. And you understand, you really understand there's there's no point hanging in there. Okay, you realize there is no point hanging in there trying to make things work out. This is not what you wanted. There might be a third party as well, just putting it out there. Okay, that might be the reason why you are stepping back, why you are ready to leave this whole scenario. You're just shutting down because you're done, because you see there is not much of anything going to come out of it. There is no potential in there. There is no way you can make it work, because there is plenty of candidates in this story. Yes, you feel very much stranded. I also want to say you feel very much betrayed right now. You're making your decision already. You have nothing to offer. You don't want to call it truce as well. You're not waving the white flag. No. You're not the saint here. Okay? In the sense, you're not, someone might have done this to you, but you are not playing the victim and walking away like a little mouse. No. That's not the Scorpion I'm speaking to. I'm talking to a real Scorpion who is just, the stinger is out. It's fight mode. Okay, there has been lots of conflict. You ready to fight it out. I'm telling you, someone is just not letting it go. There is no peace. Peace is not what you're looking, it's not the white flag. You're not waving the white flag yet. You're walking away, but you're making them pay back. Okay, that's a phrase which I got. It's payback time. It makes complete sense. Okay? Even when you guys were together, I'm telling you, there were lots of candidates. Okay? And even there were lots of conflicts between the two of you. It was not going anywhere. It was not going anywhere. It was not supposed to go anywhere, if I can say it that way. It was never meant to be. In the very start, it was never meant to be. And it was clear to you. It was not a secret. What this other person was, what they're up to, it was never a secret. Yeah? But you ignored it. You really ignored. You were unhappy with it. But I want to say, even when you knew about them, you tried to ignore it. You were a little gullible about it. It was, you were trying to ignore the facts. That's on you. That's not on them. That's on you. It was never meant to happen. You gave into this energy, into trying to make it work with a person who is never going to change. In that case, I don't blame them. Yeah, it was a challenge from the very start. It was, when I saw the High Priestess there in reverse, it's almost like you were trying to fool yourself. Hmm? You thought it's going to be a journey which you can, you know, eventually it's going to be easy. It's going to, you know, resolve. This person might change, even though it might take some time. You were ready to take that challenge somehow. You were fooling yourself. You were fooling yourself. Some of you, yes, you were trying to nurture it. Nurture this challenge. Yes, Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, because you were so much into this relationship. You know, you prioritize having this person with you. Even though it wasn't working. Okay, even though you knew it wasn't working. You really wanted to make it work. Okay, you were ready to make it work. You were ready to accept this challenge. You never thought you would fail at it. This person is never going to change. But yet, for some reason, you ignored the facts and you jumped into it. Eight of Pentacles, Two of Cups. This was never meant to work out. It wasn't working. Even if you tried, even if you thought you could, even with that lovers, what was it? Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, Ten of Wands, everything about it says you really thought, you know, that you can make it work. But in fact, it wasn't working. And I want to say from the very first, it was, you know, I'm going to stick with that. It was never meant to work. It was never meant to work. You jumped into something knowing the facts. It wasn't a mystery. It was not a surprise. There was no surprise element in here. It was you fooling yourself that you can change this person eventually, and you were willing to take this risk. You faltered in your judgment. Regrets, disappointments, okay? In the judgment, in the way you took things forward. Injustice. This is what you got. I really wanted to say, more than this person, you misjudged. Okay, you misjudged. Your judgments were overclouded with, you know, with what you wanted. So it's not entirely their fault, because they were like that even before you got committed. Yes, injustice, Three of Wands. It was never supposed to, you know, work out. This person was, you know, if you thought this person is going to change and come back to you like, you know, a brand new person, a very committed person, yes, you were under the illusions with the moon. You were under some kind of illusions. You were trying to, you know, these horses were going in different ways and you wanted to bring it together. You thought you could have a reign over this person. You know, the way they think or they behave. You wanted to change the whole person. You wanted to have a reign over their life. Yes, but it did not work out. With the Six of Pentacles, how much ever you tried to invest, there is nothing going on. Six of Wands, again, I want to say you lost out. And even with the double sixes, it was, you know, never meant to manifest. You miscalculated a person. And now you're brokenhearted. Now you're deciding to move. Yes, King of Wands in reverse. What was it? Six of Wands? Yes. It's almost like you tried everything you could, but even the person whom you're dealing with, Scorpions, you might be dealing with a fire sign, a Gemini, any air sign person. Okay, moving on. So the person you were dealing with was smart enough. They're good at their game. How much ever you tried, they knew how to slip away. Yeah, because they are very smart with their techniques. They're very calculated about how to. They're very stealth mode, if I can say that. Now it's like almost like you are giving up. There is not much of a hope in there that you can hold on to. Hence, you're giving up. Yes. Transition, 7 of Pentacles. You waited a lot of time for some kind of a change to happen, some kind of transition to happen within whatever was going on. You gave it time, but now it's like almost like you're losing, and it's not worth it, and you don't want to hold on to it anymore because you had already given it time. Very slow moving energy. You tried your level best. You tried, you were under the hopes eventually, slowly, gradually, things might work out. This person might change. If you put in the time, it might work out. 6 of Cups and the Devil. I'm just going to put in there. Sex was good. Sorry. Yeah. In the past. That might be the only reason there is this chemistry between the two of you. That might be the only reason why you waited. There has to be a reason for people to, be stuck in a relationship like this, and that might be one of them. You are attracted to this person. The chemistry is good, but the only thing is they have others too, and they're not exclusive. If I can put it that way. You're not exclusive and you don't like it. Huh? It's always like there has been talks about this, there has been conflicts about this. Things has been said, that person might have told you this is how it's going to be. You want it, you stay. You don't want it, you can leave. Things are pretty much clear. Things were said aloud. A verdict has been passed already, and you don't have a choice anymore. Things are pretty much clear. King of Swords in reverse, and the 8 of Swords. It stresses you out to be in such a relationship with a person who is very immature, illogical, insensitive, all that. Okay, and now you are thinking, if this person is going to be the same and this person already says it's going to be this way, I need to release myself. There's nothing much I can do about it, right? You're deciding on releasing yourself. Yes, there is an energy about letting go. You're speaking to the Scorpions. That's the story. That's the story. I would say I wouldn't completely blame the other person because you knew what you were getting into. But now there is this energy about, walking away, but then, you're doing something about it. You're doing something about it. Some kind of, I wouldn't know, I'm not going to clarify that, but it's what I said. There's something about payback. I don't know what you're up to. Are you going to sleep with someone else just to prove a point? Yeah. I'll watch out for the comments, for the feedback. Maybe let me know what's going on. Yeah. So until next week, this is Marshi, you're my channel Shalaka. Bye bye.